Hi, good evening. Welcome to my series of related to operations management. Today I would like to talk to you related to introduction to production and operations management. So this is very important topic that too related to students of MBA who are pursuing their MBA and mostly in third semester. So based on the topic, based on the details, we'll go slowly and we'll try to cover about introduction to production and operations management. Let's understand about production and operations management. Any company or any individual or any business which is either manufacturing product or producing goods or they are delivering services, they are actually going to be part of production and operations management. So when we talk about production, it means something that has been produced, means, for example, crop is a production. For example, uh, something that you are going to grow, which is example of production. Whereas when we talk about manufacturing, that means to say you are transforming the shape of a product from one phase to other phase. Originality of the product, the main product will remain same. Only thing is like it's a change of shape and change of use that will be there. So production and operations management is one of the core areas of management that focuses on efficiently managing the processes that produces goods and services. To understand this in detail, we are going to break it down in a step by step and in simple language and real world examples so that it is more relatable. Let's understand about what is production management. So production management involves planning, organizing, directing and controlling all activities related to production of goods. Its primary goals is to convert raw material into finished products efficiently, maintaining the desired quality, cost and time. If we have to redefine it, that means to say production management is going to involve planning, means your detailed plan about how you are going to do, what you are going to do, and organizing the complete infrastructure, directing and controlling all activities related to production of goods. And its primary goal is to convert raw material into finished products by efficiently maintaining the desired quality, cost and time. We call it production management. For example, think of a factory producing a smartphone. So production management oversees producing raw material, that means to say like metals, plates, glass, these are the raw materials that will be used. So that will be procuring of raw materials. Then maintaining the workforce, like technicians and assembly workers. Third is controlling the assembly lines, means the smartphone are produced efficiently, what has to be assembled, what components has to be added. So everything need to be in line, means on schedule at time. Ensure quality control once it is being done. Every stage quality control that will be there and keeping cost down and meeting the delivery deadlines. The main objective of production management is maintaining the best quality at the least cost at the time frame which has been scheduled for. So this is about production management. Let's understand operations management. So the moment we talk about operations, that means to say in operations there are multiple things that has to be taken care of. So in operations management has a broader scope. It involves overseeing not only the production of the goods but also delivery of services. Operations management ensures that resources like labor, material and equipment are used efficiently to deliver the product or services that meets the customer demands. For example, consider a hospital, and operation management in the hospital involves managing doctors, nurses, and staffs to ensure smooth patient care, scheduling surgeries, treatments, consultations to minimize patients' wait time, ensuring that medical supplies like medicines and equipments are available and is in stock, maintain hygiene standards and patient safety, ensuring the overall patient's experience is good from admission to discharge. So this is an example of operations management. So if we try to understand both operations management, production management and operations management, in production management, it is about converting a raw material from one shape to other shape, in one form to other form, to get the desired product at the best price, the least price, and at the best quality in stipulated time frame. So that is production management. Whereas operations, it means beyond manufacturing. So a manufacturing plant required to have manpower. So resource management has to be done. That comes under operations management. So HR will be doing the resource management. Likewise, procurement of raw material. Likewise, rate negotiation, talking to your customers, identifying the marketing needs of the product and services. And not only that, once product is being delivered, after that there will be certain services that will be involved. So all these services that need to be taken care of. So overall, this is the basic difference between production management and operations management. All right, so moving forward, we'll be trying to understand the key differences between production and operations management. So, if we see production management, it focuses more on manufacturing of tangible goods, right? For example, cars, electronics, or you can say about furniture, you can say smartphone, automobile, all these things, even pen, right? These are the examples. Manufacturing of the laptop, right? So these are the examples of manufacturing. Whereas when we talk about operations, it involves managing both goods and services. In manufacturing, it's more about goods, whereas in operations, it's about goods and services. For example, car manufacturing. Car is a manufacturing process or the production process, whereas a service center of automobile or car, which includes service of car like car wash, overhauling, making sure that it is working smoothly and all, right? So these are some of the examples. Likewise, you can say about restaurants where foods being, what you can say, it's being cooked and then followed by that it is being served. So it's basically a service oriented unit. So overall, it caters both, that is, making the food available, cook the food, and then followed by that it has to be served to the people. Likewise, airlines. Right? So airline industry as a whole that will include operations management, whereas manufacturing of airlines, it may go under production. So overall, if we understand, production management is a subset of operations management. So operations management covers the wider spectrum, and under that production management is a part. Likewise, a car factory producing vehicles, that is the example of production management. Okay, and then when we talk about restaurants, uh, example, a restaurant managing food preparation and customer services. So if we understand, as I was saying, production management is a narrow scope, usually within the factory of the plant, whereas operations, it covers the broader scopes, everything which is required to execute a business. Anything and everything which requires to execute a business. Let's take the example of overall process or overall operations, that overall activities that happens in a company. For example, There is a car manufacturing company. So as one part in the factory, in the plant, overall process is about manufacturing the car, whereas the moment it goes out of the factory, it is going to be located at showrooms where people will be involved, where customers will be involved. And when we talk about customers, it's a two-way. One is getting the raw materials available for the manufacturing of the car, and second is getting this finished product, which is car, available to the customers for final use as a finished product. So when we talk about selling a car, it requires sales and marketing team, it requires finance team, it, people to manage sales, the overall operations. We require HR team to recruit people, and these people will be used in the factory, in the plants, in marketing, sales, customer service, and other places as well, right? So overall, operations management is a broader scope. Now, there are some of the common thing which is overlapping both. That means to say it is overlapping operations, production and operations. Now, both productions and operations share several key objectives. For example, first and foremost thing is efficiency. It maximizes the output with the minimum input. For example, in a factory, reducing the time it takes to assemble a car can reduce labor cost, making the operations more efficient. So efficiency is one of a key characteristic of production and operations management. Likewise, second is about quality control, ensuring that the products which are being manufactured are of standard quality. The example for this is a restaurant ensuring that the food tastes the same every time, no matter who is the chef. Means standardizing the recipe of food. Third important characteristic is cost reduction. Minimizing the cost without compromising the quality or the delivery. So this is very crucial. Minimizing the cost by not compromising on quality, cost, delivery, nothing. For example, an airline reduces the unnecessarily fuel consumption by optimizing flight path to save the cost. Right? And it is not only applicable for airlines, it can be applicable for the vehicle that we use. For example, normally we take the longer way and all, but there are shorter way. Use it so that you can reduce uh, fuel consumption, at the same time you can reach faster. Next very important characteristic is flexibility. Its ability to adapt to change in demand of the market. The way that demand changes in the market, the system should be so much flexible and adaptable that based on the change, whether it is increasing or it is decreasing, based on that company should be able to maintain the efficiency, maintain the flexibility in terms of increasing the capacity or reducing the capacity as per the demand. For example, a clothing manufacturing shifting to produce mask during pandemic when demand for clothing falls. Right? So based on the market need, they should be able to change themselves. Last but not the least is timeliness, deliver the product or the services on time. It's not that because of huge increase in the demand, delivery will be delayed, or because of what you can say, because of any if deficiency in the raw material supplies, the finished product will not be delivered in the market. So overall, inventory management, supply chain management, everything need to be in place so that there is a no delay in the schedule of delivery. Now let's understand about the scope of production and operations management. Slowly and slowly, I'm trying to make you understand about the differentiation or integration of these two things together. Now the scope of POM, which we call production and operations management, can be understood by looking at the activities that includes. First is product design and development, ensuring that the products are designed to meet customer needs and are easy to manufacture. For example, Apple designs process for the iPhone involves creating a sleek, functional product that is easy for mass production. Right? So the product design and the development complete process has to be well defined in such a way that it is not person dependent. It is process dependent. Second important point is process management. Managing the steps that turn raw material into finished product or the services. For example, McDonald's managing how each burger is made in a specific sequence to ensure consistency worldwide. So whether you take burger in India, whether you take burger in Dubai, you take burger in somewhere else, you will be able to see the taste of burger that will more or less will remain same. And that is also applicable to some of the larger chain, food chain at a at India in Indian premise or outside India. Third important point is supply chain management. Coordinating with the suppliers, manufacturers, and distributors to ensure timely delivery of materials and the products. This is very crucial for a successful manufacturing unit or process oriented unit. Right? So, overall, it involves operations. That means to say, tie up with your supplier, tie up with your raw material supplier, logistics, picking the product from your raw material supply to your factory. In between, safe example, we can take understand it as an example. During COVID, there were few of the states which were completely into lockdown. Now during that process, when a raw material was supposed to pass the state which is completely in lockdown, in that scenario what could have happened, because of the lockdown trucks could not be able to move and it was stuck. So delivery of raw material could have delayed, and that was the reason of delay in the production. Now to overcome this, the inventory management or raw material procurement team should work in such a way that they should have abundance of raw materials available for couple of months or some time, so that it is not going to affect overall delivery or production of unit. So supply chain management. Next important point is quality management. Implementing the standards to ensure that both products and services meets quality. So quality expectations, based on the customer's quality expectations, we should meet the expectation irrespective of the situation. In airline industry, every plane undergo routine check and maintenance to ensure safety and comfort for the passengers. Likewise, last is about inventory management, ensuring that the right amount of material or products is available to avoid shortage or overstocking. Right? So these are some of the examples. Now let's understand about the historical evolution of production and operations management. We will go back in ancient days as well, or pre-18th century, where craft production was there. You know, India was more popular for art and craft work, right? And because of that, it was well accepted in international market, because every product that used to get developed was developed by craftsmen. So in earlier times, products were made by hand in small quantities, and each item was custom made. For example, a local shoemaker's crafting shoes for individual customers based on their exact measurement. Not only that, for example, there is a development of jewelry, handmade jewelry, right? In that case, it was developed. Likewise, clothing. Likewise, uh, furnitures, right? So it was or any other art and craft material which was there. Second important, I'm like that was in the era of 18th century, when Britishers came to India. That time, lot of produce, lot of product being manufactured. Whether we call about produce, for example, uh, masalas, for example, all kind of edibles, right, or handmade fabrics, which was produced by hand in looms and all, right, knitted things. Likewise, handcrafted carvings based wooden items or silver items or glass items, right? So all these things were handcraft, right? So that was the era of handcrafted. So in handcrafted, the challenge is the like the number of quantity that has to be manufactured will be small in comparison to the industrial revolution which happens in the late century, 18th century. The introduction of machinery and factories transformed how products were made. Mass production techniques were developed. Right? So post 18 during the like post late 18th century, manufacturing unit or factories and machineries were incorporated, and then European or Britishers have actually shipped it, and they started establishing it. A lot of Indian people, industrialists, they also started establishing factories and imported machineries and all to manufacture or to make large number of products. For example, so that is it. Now, here is the example of Henry Ford. Assembly lines for the cars. Instead of one person making the entire car, each worker is specialized in one part of the process and speeding up the production. Yeah. Third important sector is scientific management, which is early 20th century, where uh, science, technologies, innovation, research, and other things that started happening, and that actually uh, modified the overall production process or manufacturing in the factory and all, right? So you can see there is an example of Frederick Treller introduces the idea of the optimizing work process scientifically, focusing on productivity and efficiency. How productivity can be increased. To get that idea, it's about specialization and automating the process, one particular process, so that things can be delivered in accuracy, with the consistency and in the timely manner. Likewise, next important aspect is post World War II. This period saw the rise of quality management techniques like TQM or JIT, just in time production, in the manufacturing. For example, Japanese automakers Toyota developed JIT system. Just in time means whenever you need a raw material, it will be available. No stocking of any raw material. Now the advantage of JIT is your your fund, your finance will not get stuck in unproductive activity. So it was so much automated and so much synchronized that the moment you need a particular product, it will be made available by the supplier. Neither you have to stock it in advance, nor you have to pay it in advance, right? So Japanese automaker Toyota developed a JIT system to reduce the waste by producing only what is needed when it is needed. Then modern era focus on automation, digital transformation and sustainability. Modern operations involve sophisticated technology and data-driven approach. Right? For example, we can understand about the Amazon use of robots and AI to manage the warehouse operations, which fulfills thousands of orders daily, and there is no mistake kind of thing. So, use of technologies, and that is how production and operations management has evolved over a period of time. Let's understand the characteristics of modern operation functions. Now, in modern operations functions, so you can see there is a shift from production to operations, right? So in now manufacturing or production is more or less uh, similarly or synonymously we are using it. So overall, if we understand the current modern operation functions, in that first and foremost thing is about automation and technology. Now let's understand about the automation. It's automation in manufacturing and service operates, speeds up the process and reduces error. For example, Tesla car manufacturer uses robots to perform tasks such as welding, painting, and assembling parts. So there is a less of human intervention. There is a process oriented, things are automated, things are controlled, and then there is a faster process of delivery with the consistency and least error. Then global supply chain operations management now involves coordination across different countries. So there is a possibility, for example, we take the example of Apple phone. The design of the product is done in California, but manufactures them in China using components from suppliers across the world. Right? So it's not that China is only supplying all the raw materials. All the raw materials are being procured from different part of the globe, and that reaches to the manufacturing unit on time. Customization. Business are now able to offer personalized products and services at a large scale using advanced technologies like AI and machine learning. So this is the disruption in the process. Because of AI and language, disruption in the industry has happened. Sometimes disruptions being used in a negative way, but here it's like something which was not usual, and that actually that created a kind of impact in overall production. Example is Nike lets customers design their own shoes online, customizing the color, material, and even adding personalized messages as well. Likewise, fourth important point is sustainability. Many modern operations emphasizes on sustainable practice aiming to reduce environmental impact. So overall, if we understand, automation is the new trend of modern operation functions, global supply chain management, customization, and sustainability. Okay. Now let's understand about how operations management interactions with other functional areas. Means in an organization, how various functional areas are associated. So we are going to discuss about that. First and foremost thing is like about marketing. Why it is so important? Because marketing is the department which is going to uh, get the need from the market, communicate to the people, to the customer, and make sure that based on the demand, uh, they are the people who are going to create a demand in the market. Okay, so in a marketing, operations management ensure that product is produced on time that meets quality standards, while marketing helps understand what customer wants. So product is produced in the timely that meets the quality, and it has to be as per the requirement from the customers. For example, a fast food chain like McDonald's marketing team promote new burgers while operation team ensure that they can make quality and consistently. Second important department is finance. Operations management help control cost while finance allocates the budget and ensure that resources are used effectively. A smartphone company like Samsung needs to balance the cost of material, production and labor to offer competitive price. Next important department is human resource. Relies on a skilled workforce while HR ensures that the right people are hired and trained. Similarly, research and development. Operations marketing work closely with research and development to ensure that new products can be produced effectively. For example, Tesla R&D team, this team, of course, this team will be hired by HR department, but they are the people who will keep working on various different type of features, functionalities, and based on the need of the people, or what can modify, what can uniquely place the product in the market. So on that, whether it's on the product, whether it's on the cost, whether it is on the efficiency or error free, R&D team is going to work on that. Now let's understand how the transformation process happens. So the transformation process is the core of operations management. It reflects through the process that converts input like labor, material and machinery into output, which is goods or services. So the raw material be undergo with a particular process of transforming its shape and then finally making it a different shape. For example, the block of wood, that is wood. But when it go with the labor, material and machinery, it gets converted into furniture, which is goods, which is a good, and followed by that durability, comfort, and all these things are are associated with the intangible thing, right? So that becomes the output. So our raw material which undergoes with the labor, material, and machinery undergo with the process and then transform into goods or services. So we call it transformation process. In manufacturing, products tangible goods such as car, electronics, and clothing. A car manufacturer transforms steel, rubber, and plastic into finished vehicle. Likewise, services, it involves the production of intangible services like healthcare, education, and entertainment. You cannot touch it, but you will feel it. A hospital transforms doctors' expertise, equipment, and staff into healthcare services for patients. Then hybrid, which combines both manufacturing and services components. A restaurant offers tangible product, food, but it is provided as a service, which is dining. Last, the way that things are changing in current trend, where requirement of the customer is very volatile, market is very volatile, dynamics is changing very abruptly, very suddenly. So based on that, uh, in current trend, when AI is there, machine learning is there, and other things are there, data is abundantly available. So because of availability of all these things, all right, so flexibility, adapting the customer's need and changes at the time of production. So there is a complete concept of design thinking. Under design thinking, agile manufacturing process is being incorporated. So agile manufacturing is a modern approach which focuses on flexibility, speed, and responsiveness. In today's fast-paced market, companies need to adapt quickly and changing customer demand. You cannot wait that since lot has already started manufacturing, so let this lot complete and then it may take 2 months time or 3 months time or even more, and then by the time it goes in the market changes and there is a damage to the company. So agile manufacturing helps you to adapt the change of the market and changes instantly. So it gives you flexibility, that means to say ability to switch production quickly based on the market needs, customization, producing tailored product effectively and efficiently. Third is collaboration, working closely with suppliers and customers for better alignment. So agile is something that is the need of the hour. Now, if we see as an example during the COVID-19 pandemic, many car manufacturing companies like Ford quickly switched to producing ventilators, medical equipments due to increased demand. So based on the market scenario, you have to be adaptable enough, you have to be flexible enough to get the need of the market and then transform yourself towards that. As I had given the example of a clothes manufacturing company, that during COVID, the requirement of mask that has increased, so they stopped manufacturing the clothing or finished clothing, finished material, and and switch themselves in the production of mask. Okay? So likewise, based on the market need, things changes. Now let's understand. So far we understood about production and operations management as introduction of production and operations management. Now let's understand it with the real world scenario to relate. Now let's think about Amazon, a company everyone knows. So Amazon operations management ensures that the thousands of different products are stored in warehouse. When an order is placed, the correct product is picked and packed quickly. Delivery happens on time, whether by drone, delivery van, or post. They also manage the return process efficiently if customer is not happy. So Amazon uses automation, which is robots in warehouse, global supply chain management for products from all parts of the world, and customization, which is personalized shopping recommendations, making it a great example of modern operations management in action. Not only that, if you are delivering a product to someone loved one and you want greeting message to be added. So you can put that as well. Pack it as a gift, right? So and it's not only so. This is about supply chain and how things happens. You as a user, when you are browsing Amazon, based on your past history, it makes easy for you to what could be the probable products that could interest you, right? And when you place the order, it also says that if you are a premium customer, it will be delivered in so and so time without logistics cost, right? So a lot of things being automated with the help of AI, machine learning. All right, so automation being done, global supply chain is being incorporated, and customization, which is personalized shopping recommendations, which is there. So overall, if we understand this, so it's about what all we have discussed so far. What is production management and what is operations management? How there is a shift that has happened. So historical change that has happened from production management to operations management, pre-18th century, then later part of the 18th century, 20th century, after World War II, and the recent trend, right? How various departments of an organization is integrated, and they actually helps as the integrated operations management for the betterment of the company. So all of these pointers that we have discussed in the current trend, agility is something which is very crucial. So we have discussed that as well, right? So that's overall, if we understand, that's there. Now this is the comparative table, which is about various things that we have discussed so far with various examples. Now when we talk about production management, so this is a summary of overall discussion whatever we have done so far. So production management focuses on planning, organizing, and controlling activities for converting raw material into finished goods. So production management is only converting raw material into finished goods. For example, Maruti Suzuki managing assembly lines for mass production of the cars, which is Indian example. Now, when we talk about operations management, broader scope manages both goods and services to meet customers' demands efficiently. For example, TCS, which is Tata Consultancy Services, managing IT services delivered to the global clients as well. Difference between production and operations management. Productions deals with tangible goods while operation involves goods and services both. Example is Ola Car, managing both app services and drivers to provide transportation. Objective of POM, production and operation management, is efficiency, quality, cost reduction, flexibility, and timeliness. This is the objective. For example of Amul, efficient milk production and distribution while maintaining quality and the low cost. Then what is the scope of production and operation management, POM? Product design, process management, supply chain, quality management, and inventory control. So we can take various examples, not only Reliance Jio, but we can take various examples. Historical evolution from craft production to mass production, scientific management to leads to manufacturing the modern operations. Example of Mahindra. Initially, they were only involved in manufacturing tractors, which was used in agriculture. But based on the global need, they have upgraded themselves, they have upgraded their technology, and now they are the manufacturing to a global auto and tech powerhouse. Modern operation functions use technology, global supply chain, customization, and sustainability. We can take the example of Flipkart, we can take the example of Amazon. Operations and other functions, OM interacts with marketing, finance, HR, and R&D to ensure smooth and efficient operations across the company. We can take the example of Infosys, Wipro, TCS, and all. The transformation process. What is transformation process? It converts inputs, which is material, labor, and gives the output. So material, labor, machine. Using material and labor undergoes with the machineries and produces an output in goods and services, right? For example, Zomato, food is there but has been delivered on time. People are delivering on time with the help of the logistics from the restaurant, from the supply, from the riders who actually delivered the product. All these things are there. When we talk about agile manufacturing, focuses on speed, flexibility, and adaptability to changing market conditions. Bajaj Auto in Indian scenario, this is example, right? So overall, this table is talking about takeaway between production and operations management. What are the key components? It's it's a definition with the Indian scenario, realistic examples. So that's all for now, and will be more talking about various key questions related to this topic in next video or in continuation of this video. Thank you. Moving forward, we'll be discussing about few of the important questions, or we can say related to the topic that we have discussed from academic point of view. What are the key questions, or what are the important questions, or some of the questions that you should understand as a takeaway from this particular unit? So, as a theoretical part of this session is introduction of production and operations management. The first question that comes is, what is production and operations management, and how do they differ? As we have already discussed, production management is focused solely on the process of converting raw material into finished goods. It deals with managing resources like labor, machinery, and materials to efficiently produce a tangible product. Now you can put it in detail, because in academia, one or two line of answer is not sufficient. I'm just giving a bulleted point answer so that you can explain and elaborate it. Now then, about operations management is a broader encompassing the entire process of creating goods and services. Operation management is responsible for overseeing the entire system, which includes both production of goods and delivery of services, ensuring efficiently cost control and customer satisfaction. Few of the examples that we can give in production management, the example of Maruti Suzuki that can be there, which involves the precise coordination into the car assembly line, right, from one stage to the other stage by using the efficient assembly line process. Maruti Suzuki can transform or convert raw material into finished good, which is a car. When we talk about operations management, example of Ola cabs, in this product is what? App, right? So app development is a service. Now the overall Ola is beyond on app, right? So it's not that just you develop your app and your delivery is done. It's not that. So there is a driver interface, there is a customer interface, there is a satisfaction, there is a timely arrival of car at a customer's place. Based on the demand, the waiting time should be less, safe and ensuring the safe and timely journey and all. So there are a lot more things which are involved in operations management if we take the example of Ola car. Right? So what is the production management? It's basically labor, machinery and material to be converted into finished goods. Operations, it integrates a lot of other departments as well. Next important question could be, what are the main objectives of production and operations management? So objectives of POM are crucial for maintaining comprehensive advantage. The goals include efficiency, quality, cost reduction, flexibility and timeliness. Now as a elaboration, you can give as detailed as possible with the various respective examples. Here I have just taken the example of Amul. Now what Amul is doing? Amul is located in Gujarat, right? So they are collecting milks from millions of farmers, and it is every day they are collecting from millions of the farmers, and then they are collecting it, then they are processing it, getting it converted into daily products, right? Dairy products. So Amul ensures that the timely delivery to the market uphold the quality standards, strict hygiene protocols, responding flexibility to the market demands, right? And then whatever the demand from the market, they try to fulfill it. Not only this, Amul is being supplied across the country, and I don't remember when Amul butter or Amul produce, dairy produce was in scarcity. Right? Every time you go to a shop, you'll be able to get it, right? So it's a well planned. So overall, this is the objective. Right? Now, explain the historical evolution of production and operations management. This we have already discussed, but again, craft production, which is before 19th century, mass production, which is early 20th century, scientific management during 1910 to 1930, lean manufacturing, then modern operations. Not only modern operations, in that we have also discussed about AI, automation, big data and all. Right? So here is the example of Mahindra and Mahindra. Now this is just a ice tip of the iceberg as an example. Now you are not only going to write this much to answer your academic questions, right? So it has to be more detailed. Next question which I feel could be important for the students. What are the characteristics of modern operation functions? So there are five main characteristics: global supply chain, use of technology, customization, sustainability, and customer centricity. Flipkart or Amazon is the relevant example of characteristics of modern operation functions. Next is about how does operations management interact with the other functional areas of management. We already discussed about marketing, finance, human resource, R&D, right? With the various different kind of examples, right? So not only this, there could be under this there could be marketing, sales could also be there, finance, human resources there, training could be there, research and development is there, right? So there could be this or bifurcation of these that could be there for effective handling of operations. Next is about transformation process in operations management. How does it apply to both manufacturing and services? When we talk about transformation process in operation management, converting the input into output. So input gets converted into output by the use of labor, material, and machineries gets converted into product or services. In manufacturing, this refers to a physical transformation of raw materials into finished goods, whereas in services, it delivers intangible products like knowledge or customer experience. We have the example of Tata Motors and Zomato. These are two different examples of transformation of a process from one to the other. Likewise, how has technology impacted recent trends in production and operations management? We talk about automation, we talk about AI, big data, IoT. This involves increasing efficiency, reduce human error, and allow real-time monitoring and adjustment in the production process. Additionally, e-commerce platforms and mobile apps seamlessly streamline the operations in the service industry. What is the role of sustainability play? What role does sustainability play in modern operations management? It's a very crucial and very critical role of sustainability because ultimately business has to be sustainable to run it for the longer run, right? So it refers to minimizing the environmental impact, maximizing operational efficiencies by reducing waste, lowering the energy consumption using eco-friendly materials and both production and the service delivery. Example is ITC about the paper product machinery sourcing raw material from renewable forest and using energy efficient process. The Green Initiative have reduced the carbon emission and positioned them as a leader of sustainable manufacturing. These are this is one of the example. You can have multiple examples. My recommendation to all of you is be elaborative, be detailed as much as you can, and add multiple examples related to each. If you are going to add examples to support your theory, it is something which is going to be very helpful and you will be able to get good grade for your answers. How is agile manufacturing different from traditional manufacturing and why it is important? Okay, so agile, which is more of a flexible speed, adapting to the market changes, right? So it is helpful for making things in a large batches. It responds quickly to the customer demand, change product design, and scale up or down based on the market trends. You can have the example of EVs or likewise other examples as well. How do companies ensure quality in production and operations management? Quality management in QM involves monitoring and controlling process to ensure that products or services meets and or exceeds customer expectations. It's not only meeting the customer expectation, it's exceeding the customer expectation. This is achieved through continuous improvement, employee training, technological tools that helps in detailing or correcting defects early in the production or service process. You can have any example related to this, right? So, and that's all from my side about this particular topic. Still you have further more questions or you want more clarifications, more examples related to different connecting topics, you can always reach me on these numbers or my email. I will be happy to answer it. Shortly I'm going to get another video for another topic related to operations management. Thank you very much. Good day.